Hey guys, xMovingTarget here, and today I will go over my gear set and my build for you, so you can actually see it if you wish to maximize your DPS in trials. This one will mainly be about Therian Archive, so be aware of that. If you want to use this in Hera, it's a bit different. So first let's just go over the skill setup. First you have, as seen in my Fire Rune video, it's basically the same. You have the Scalding Rune, the Unseeable Flame, Engulfing Flames, Spell Symmetry, Inner Light, and Standard of Might. Thing is, people keep asking me, why do you use the Scalding Rune instead of the Molten Whip? That's just one single thing. Scalding Rune scales off Spell Critical, which Molten Whip does not. Molten Whip scales off from Weapon Critical, and as you see, I have just 27. If there would not be the buff from Cyrodiil, I would just have like 7%. And with this, it's like 53 without Cyrodiil buff when I have Inner Light on. When I have it now, it's like, you see, it's 73%, so you benefit a lot from Scalding Rune actually. So yeah, it crits like a hell of times. As you see, for me, critical chance in the tooltip you see 75.757%. That's an add-on called T's Combat Stats, if you want to know what that does. So yeah. Alright, let's go back to the skill window. So another thing for the Scalding Rune is a Mage Guild passive. It's called Might of the Guild. Casting a Mage Guild ability increases spell damage by 20% with the next attack. So if you cast the Scalding Rune and you do a Unstable Flame right after, you actually benefit a lot from this passive. So the next Unstable Flame hits 20% harder than it normally would be. Yeah, but that's basically for the first one. You actually see how this works out properly. You see it in my Fire Rune build. It's basically the same, still using the same rotation and stuff. Alright, let's go for the second bar. So here, that's just actually different than I used before. I have Evil Hunter in there. So Evil Hunter is just for some bosses, especially in Therian Archives. You have the first one and the third boss. You can use Evil Hunter on them to get a little bit of bonus damage. Pretty good skill in general for Undead and Daedric and stuff. Then Firing, usual business, don't have anything to say about that. Fragmented Shield, it's if your whole group is taking a ton of damage or just a lot of damage, you just want to use this. So the group gets less damage and you do a ton of damage. So this one is just great. You might have seen my Fragmented Shields video where I just focus on that one skill in Therian Archive. I'm not doing anything else, and this alone is worth it. You can basically put everything else out of your bar and just have this in it, and you're basically fine for fresh mobs at least. Then Spell Symmetry again, and Inner Light, and Standard of Might. Usual business. Nothing special about that. Alright, that's for the build setup. So the next would be the gear. So I run 4 pieces of Ether. As you see, for 8% crit, 8 spell damage. It's just great to have. And actually, first off, I hated that head because it looked stupid. But now I kind of like the moon phase. It's I don't know, I got used to it. It's great. So anyway, let's go back to the thing. Twilight Embrace for the second set, 4-piece bonus. You get more health, so you can assign more points into Magica instead of health. A spell critical and another spell damage, just great to have. I have these three pieces for armor for that, and my weapons are all Twilight embraced. So I'm using 2 fire staff with a flame damage glyph on them and critical. Yeah, that's basically it. I mean, nothing else to say about that. The jewelry, you wanna have 3 pieces of soul shine, each piece enchanted with 13 spell damage, which is a legendary spell damage glyph. Yeah, I mean it's self-explanatory basically. So yeah, now let's get to the stats. I have 41 health and 8 points in Magicka, which is basically, if you see at this, I'm not buffed at the moment. Magicka is 2314, 2292 health. I basically, when I had all my gear and stuff, I just respect all the points and optimize it to my likings. So that's what I came up with in the end. I can show you what it is like if I actually use buff food and stuff. So you see, if I do it now, I'm like 2550. It's still with the inner light on. I'm at 2422 Magicka, which is plenty. And health 2604 is also enough. You basically, for archive, you want to have at least like 2450 or something like that. But you would be fine with that. Spell damage 142. That's basically, keep in mind, I have all the Alliance serial buffs on me right now. I'm on Chirent on the EU server, which is a heavily Daggerfall dominated PvP map. I mainly do PvE, so I'm fine with that. I just take advantage of the buffs and stuff. So yeah, 142 spell damage, which is pretty good. I doubt you can't get any higher than that. Spell critical 73%, which is also pretty damn good. You have these pots anyway, so you have a bit more anyway. Spell resistance, all the other stuff isn't that important. I'm werewolf, but werewolf doesn't count into the build. It doesn't do anything for you. So yeah. Next thing is I'll show you some action footage of this build in action in archives. So I leave you with that, and see you next time, hopefully.